Hello everyone. Ironically, to my cool appearance, I'm going to talk about bit sad and dull things in this video. One of it is being down with injury and dealing with pain. So, not to be guessing by my appearance, but I am suffering with chronic nerve issues. I've been dealing with a back injury for the past um, 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 3 years now, and just as of today, I have also a shoulder cervical pain for the past 1 week. And living with pain for so long, I don't remember what uh, being normal feels like anymore, or I don't even care as such because it's something that does not exist anymore in my memory. However, yes, I still have this vision for it, or what you can say, a memory of it, which kind of hurts because it is like living with wings all your life and then not having them for some time only to forget them. But then again, there are some memories attached with it. So coming back, uh, as I was saying, I have been living with pain for some while now. So I just don't remember being pain free anymore. I'm not saying this for sympathy or just like I want attention in this sense, but this is something to talk about. This is kind of not normal people would experience, and anything that is not something you are born with, that you're not, unless you're gifted, I don't know, in this sense. So anything that you're not born knowing, it becomes a topic of discussion of or learning for you. That is why you study or get educated, because the different subjects or fields, such as whatever it could be, maths or physics, you learn from your professor's discussion. So in that sense, I just wanted to uh, be talking about this, which is beyond normal field, and you would not find this discussion as such in any of your surroundings normally, like the general things you speak about, such as food or life in general. So the thing is, living with, mm, I will not call this a disability, but living with a disadvantage uh, teaches you a lot of things. And presently, all I know of is that I am slightly better than whatever I have faced and I used to be. And the worst episode, like where I was with 9 or 10 out of 10 pain, from that I am far off. Like today, I might be 6 or 7 because of the shoulder pain, but otherwise I'm generally 4 or 5 out of 10 talking about uh, pain levels. So what I realized during this time is, see, I'm 28 right now, and when I'm at a major accident at 24 years of age, that was 2014. Sorry, I was 23 then. Later, I turned 24 that year. So I was just 23 that time. Before the accident, I was a very active football player. I was working with my dad as his business. I had a very active lifestyle where I wouldn't sit down or get back at and stay at home for even a few hours during the day, because I just didn't like the idea of it, being alone and living by myself even for a few hours. I was just very much enjoying being out and active, and that's the way I was living life, because being alone would mean being with yourself and just thinking about things and a lot of things that you don't even want to. So I just started to hate the idea of it, and I was very active that time. It was a time when the Android devices and new mobile phones were just on in the market. Facebook was just started, and I even used to love taking pictures of me and sharing on Facebook, and so these small little things that which are pretty much normal, or you can say even slightly over the top now, and people are generally irritated by these. But I had a somewhat active lifestyle then, and flip, I met an accident, and now I had a broken arm that was fixed with rods in my here in my ankle, and my right leg, it had a rod from the knee to the ankle in my tibia bone. My jaw, this was totally sealed with braces, but these were not the general braces. These were like hardcore braces to heal broken jaws, and the wires, they were like inside my gums, not like external braces. So now imagine for a second, you cannot use a mouth. This was the maximum I could open it. Then the right hand that you use all your life to write or whatever, use even your cell phone, you're not allowed to use it. The right leg, the one you're supposed to be using to walk or doing anything in general, forget it. So this and this part is gone. What do you do? I mean, just imagine for a second, what do you do at that state with not even knowing? I mean, people would tell you that this is a matter of just 2 or 4 months and so on, but you are at such a level of pain that you're clueless. What are you going to do? So I was in that kind of state for the next 2 years, and initially it was not planned so at all. Not that I'm saying I would have planned it anyways, bad joke. So what happened was, my leg, it was not healing in time, due to whatever reasons, plus possibly the accident was too major, so the bones, they had ruptured beyond normal recovery. My arm, however, was slightly, I would not call it even luckier, but after 1 year it was pretty much this much movable. I could not touch my shoulder then, but I could move it. But the biggest issue was the rods in my arm and my leg, and they would pain so much. Only if anybody around you, or if you are a person who has that kind of thing in your leg, or even if you have those plates, however, the plates are kind of between the muscles and the bone, they are external, but the rod things, that is a serious deal here. So anyone has that, or around you, you can simply just not describe the level of pain that is, or the realization if it gives you to be living and existing with this kind of thing, and at the same time the luxury the normal people had. After like 4 or 6 months, you would not believe what I was dreaming about in my life. I was literally dreaming about people not walking in a normal way as the biggest luxury. I mean, I used to dream and imagine what it must be feeling like, how much lucky they are, they can walk without rod or without any pain. So that was the kind of state I was in. So yes, talking about today, at 4 out of 5 or 4 or 5 out of 10 kind of pain, I am still walking, and walking I can without pain now because my leg is pretty much fine. I even started, and yes, one major thing, my rod has been removed. It has been like uh, what 4 years since its removal. No, sorry, 3 years. In 2016 it was removed. It would right now it's 2019. In case this video you're finding in some other manner other than YouTube, where you can see the date. So my accident was 2014. Rod had to be removed, and or I should rather say I got it removed in 2016, and it was because it used to bother me drastically, and it was beyond my normal uh, level of acceptance in life. Like, I just could not live with it. And with the rod, there were two nails, one goes in your knee and two inside your ankle, and every time I used to try to walk or whatever, they just used to pinch my muscles inside my leg. And no matter where you are, at what kind of stage, no matter how much you pretend yourself to be happy, or actually you are in a moment where you are supposed to be very happy, but some portion of that presence, of your mental presence, that was just being taken away due to this. So I decided I just cannot live with this. And I used to imagine, if I have this and I die at some point, I have that Indian kind of funeral where you burn your bodies and stuff. I used to imagine that after my funeral, in the ashes and in that place, there will be like a metal rod outside. So I did not like the idea of it. Plus I used to very deeply think about even my, not, I would not say afterlife, but summarize my life and how I wanted my end to be in case it was supposed to be nearby. Because at that point I was like pretty much practical then. So right now what I'll do is do a part 2 for this, because I need to take a small break. So see ya.